Hi, my name's Peter Gleeson, and I've got a Haggerty story for you. Okay, so it's actually a Pebble Beach story. I was in 2017 it was the year of I Sotto Frascini's, or as the Italians say, I Sotto Frascini, so and I was about to show what I call my pre-war piece of jewellery that had a absolutely massive restoration before I acquired it. And it was two owners from new, and I was the third owner from 1928, and I'd spent, best part of a year getting it ready for that special day, and took it down to Monterey. And on the Thursday on the Pebble Beach tour, I drove it, and within a very short period of time, the car started overheating and steam was coming out, and we stopped the car, and basically underneath the car it looked like a good old Starbucks latte. The oil and water had mixed really, really well. So I knew I was in trouble. I knew I wouldn't be showing on Sunday, or I thought I wouldn't be showing on Sunday. I called for assistance, and the assistance then, even though I moved here in 2005, and all my classic cars have always been insured with Haggerty in that period. So Haggerty do a great job down there helping all the people with, any incidents they might have. And so called Ashley and waited for a truck to arrive. Obviously I knew I wouldn't be driving the car anymore. Ashley kept calling while I was waiting, make sure I was okay. The truck eventually got there. The guys picked up the car, took the car back to my hotel, and now we're still on the Thursday. Who knows what's going to happen on the Sunday? But obviously I'm not going to be able to be judged or anything like that. On the Thursday, I can't tell you how many times both Ashley and other people in Haggerty called, checked I was okay, what could they do, what couldn't they do. Eventually I called the powers that be at Pebble and said, look, this car can't be judged. And they said, no, we still want it on the lawn. Can you get someone to bring it there Saturday night, when sort of no one's looking? And so I spoke to Ashley, and we got the Haggerty people did that for me and placed it in exactly where it was going to go on the Sunday. So although the car didn't get judged, it was still able to be shown. But Haggerty, for me, having what was a first world disaster, as much as they go, Haggerty literally were calling me every few hours, every day from that Thursday to Sunday, and even afterwards, and asking if they could help. Their customer service was exemplary. It really was.
Welcome to my couch, or RCS.
Welcome to where I would do every podcast if we could do it.
It's really
from a couch.
It's a big couch.
Yeah, I miss the old days of the simple life of sitting in a kitchen or on a couch, and
right.
We used to do it all the time on my couch. That was okay. That's we used to record all the time on our couch. Don't look at me like that.
We have a diverse listening crowd. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever your seating pleasures are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're still brought to you by Avance. Carter Automotive Group, which is Acura, Subaru, and Volkswagen. Want to make sure we put that out there, that Carter is also Acura. We updated the logo.
I know.
Yeah. Drivers Club, which we're not at tonight, but we will be soon. Griot's Garage, RCS 10% off. Haggerty, Let's Drive Together. Salvo Design, and York Real Estate.
I haven't got anything from York Real Estate yet that now makes me want to motivate myself to go spend more money. So
right.
Can't wait to get that next text message. How much did the text message cost you? In my whole life, got $2 million.
Yeah.
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 How was your weekend?
It was good. It was Wagon Fest.
How was that? I unfortunately missed that because I was sleeping. I was sleeping in the next day. Yeah, I know.
So happy birthday to Nick. It was technically yesterday because we're recording on a Tuesday this week.
You and I were talking. I don't know when it was. We were talking about how long we'd know each other. Actually, my birthday when we got together for drinks. And I think we said 2017.
16.
Yeah, it's 15.
15, that's right.
Yeah, you posted that photo, and I was like, oh, my God, I forgot about that. That was that was the day after we had met and at at the good old Palmer's, thanks to Sean, the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it was good to see Sean this weekend. It was so nice to see them and all my friends. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, people have been asking me when we're having Sean back on the show.
I mean, the problem is he has so much knowledge. It makes us look bad.
So many stories.
Yeah.
Which rental cars jump best.
Yeah.
All sorts
How
of
to get banned from Canada. If you haven't listened to Sean's episodes, he's episode like 3 or 4.
It's later than that, but it's really early on.
He's done. They're great episodes. I mean, it's we're not joking about being banned from Canada. I think he can go back now, though.
He can go back now. Yeah.
I think actually they let him in and then they cut it off with COVID. It's a simple trick on him. So yeah. But how was Wagon Fest? That was basically it was anything with a round back on it, huh?
So when it started off, I was a little skeptical because it dumped rain.
Imagine that here.
Yeah, not a little bit, a ton of rain.
Yeah.
And then over about 300 cars showed up.
Oh, wow.
Almost all at once.
Okay.
It was absolutely packed. More attendance than Radwood.
Wow.
Yeah. It was huge. And this is in the upper parking lot, though. We didn't have the lower barn. And so I'm really glad we have a really big tent because a lot of people hung out underneath it. And I'm really glad we have a propane heater because Chrissy needed that desperately.
There's not much to Chrissy is the problem.
No. And a special thanks to Trevor because I didn't realize I was in such a hurry that my propane tank was really low. And so, but they had a fresh one at Dirtfish that he let us use or let Chrissy use. So she didn't.
Letting people not die on their property.
And so they had a bunch of people coming through to get shirts from Group 6. And as they walked by through the Avance tent, they were all standing by the heater. So everybody was just like,
warm up and then move on. Move along. Okay.
Yeah. And so that was a great event, though. I ran into Justin. I parked Justin Osmer, Father Flywheel, on Instagram.
I still love that car.
Yeah. We're going to have him back. He did all of historic Route 66, and he did it by the paper map. So, like the original route.
And I've been following him on Instagram, and I think he went down to California and met up with a bunch of RS6 owners, too.
Yeah.
Did he do that whole route with them, too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This is just, I think that was the end of
From
his
a
trip.
paper map. I love that.
Yeah. It did it all the old-fashioned way. It's got tons of photos. It was a great thing to follow.
Doesn't count unless you're stopped on the side of the road with the map on your hood, a couple of rocks trying to hold it from blowing away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Bunny, don't eat the foam. My rabbit is trying to eat our
What did I tell you
case.
about calling me Bunny?
He listened.
People?
He's good.
Jesus.
He's good. I think he heard me. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a true story. The rabbit tried to eat the foam from the
If you don't know, Dan has a rabbit.
Yeah. His name's Bear.
You still have your hummingbirds?
Yeah.
They didn't run away?
No, they've had
good.
food, so they're really, really active in the morning, even though it was 34 degrees, by the way. He's trying to get up on the couch.
Well, yeah.
Don't eat the couch either.
If you don't know, Rain City Supercars is old. We're sitting on our couch watching a bunny.
It's a really cute bunny, though.
It's an adorable bunny.
He just wants to be held.
Yeah,
That's all.
no,
He's just
wants to be loved. So.
Yeah, he does. Anyway,
that's got to be
he
the best.
has no idea he's a rabbit.
House.
Yeah,
I know.
It is the best part of the house by a mile. Is the rabbit that came with it.
Yeah,
I'll post some pictures because it's really cute. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was absolutely packed. Had a couple of guys, the Swedes. I can't remember their names. I apologize. Adam will know but you probably will recognize the car. It's like a what's that gray? It's like a Nardo gray Volvo TR5 wagon with an M5 V8 swap, a sequential shift transmission, a full cage with 4 racing buckets in it, and him and all of his buddies showed up, and all but one of them started drinking Rainier. A lot of it.
Okay.
And then they had a designated driver. I want to make sure that's really clear to people. So I was just like, and this is at like 10 in the morning.
Wait, did we provide the Rainier?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Oh, they had their own.
Oh,
which was great.
That was courteous of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
It was entertaining. And then, it was everything under the sun, though. There was a Pacer there, an AMC Pacer with an LS swap in perfect condition, signed by Jay Leno. Like, thing was the most beautiful resto rod you've ever seen.
Is a local car?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then there was I gave our Griot's Garage care package away to an E30 wagon that the guy had done. It was dark forest green with a gray cloth interior. And
wow.
It looked bone stock, period correct. So the wheels on it were the BBSs, but they're not like the 3-piece ones. They were the ones you had to buy from a dealer. They were a dealer BMW accessory.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had them on his 85.
Yeah.
The center cap that comes off, get to the lugs. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous car.
Worst thing to clean in the world. Yeah.
The only mod he had on it that was even remotely noticeable was he had really, really nice coilovers on it.
Oh, okay.
But, excuse me, it wasn't dumped in the weeds. It was just for a better ride.
I mean, the pictures looked incredible.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a lot of fun. I wasn't aware that it rained so much. I mean,
it rained off and
every
on
time we go to
all
Dirtfish,
day.
it rains.
Yeah, it was just dumping rain.
Yeah.
So I was really glad, like I said, really glad we had the big tent.
Well, we were saying we needed to wash the tent, but it seems like it's
just power washed itself.
Power washed itself. That's good.
But big shout out to Trevor there, who helped everybody out. He does an awesome job helping there. And Steve Rimmer came by, by the way. It's in the middle of the day, Steve Rimmer came by, and I expected his E63 wagon, which he drives. Gorgeous car. CTSV wagon, a silver one with a manual. No idea he had one.
I thought Adam was the only one I knew that had
right,
that.
And his is really nice, and so good to see Steve.
Steve has a lot of cars that I think most people don't know about. So yeah, he's good at that and casually driving them around. So
I really hey, look, the mail. I really, really, really appreciated the fact though that so many people came out in spite of the weather. And while it's easy to say, well, it's wagons, of course, no, like a lot of these cars were tip-top, super nice show cars. They still drove them out in the dumping rain. It was awesome to see.
But it's like you and me in the fact that it gave them an excuse to go home and clean them again and meticulously get through it. So and events are still going. We've got an Avance Off-Road event coming up, which is going to be just an absolute mud fest, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, that's this Saturday, the 16th. The 16th, yeah, something like that. Whatever Saturday is, yeah. The day after this comes out, yeah. So
we'll figure that out at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should go to that because it's that's going to be. We'll have our big tent. We'll have the heater. It'll be fun to watch because they already upgraded the course and made it bigger. Well, since the last time.
Oh yeah.
But we haven't been on. We've only been on it one time since then.
It was dry that day.
Yeah, it was dry.
Yeah,
so it'll be a whole different story to see it full of the mud.
Yeah.
And yes, Brandon and Powell, I have your radio and your micro SD reader.
Apparently, this micro SD reader, Brandon Ben Powell's that we borrowed, it's made of gold. Dan. Apparently. So thank you, Brandon Ben Powell, for letting us use your SD card reader, even though I could never get it to work. We need to hook him up with some better, hardware.
Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any access to it at all.
Doesn't have any access to hardware, so yeah. It was.
If only services included a micro SD reader.
You should put those into mouses or something, or Mises. So, it's actually been kind of nice this weekend. It was a good weekend to kind of be out and about, and the weather obviously is turning cold, but it's so nice. I finally broke down yesterday on my birthday and cleaned my car. I realized, it's like the cobbler's son who never has nice shoes.
Yep.
My Subaru was absolutely filthy, so I took some of our nice Griot's products and put it to good use. But
well, now we have a pressure washer, a foam cannon. I bought the foam cannon from Griot's.
Okay.
I've got the soap. We got everything we need to do it now.
Yeah, and don't tell people where you live, or we're gonna have a
foam party.
I'm gonna tell you something. I try to be a nice person, and I know this doesn't happen outside the car world, but if you're walking by somebody that's cleaning their car, don't look at me. How much do you charge? Oh, good God!
Don't undersell yourself. You just look at them very clearly and go $1,500.
No,
for a wash, not a wax, just a wash.
I had a lady once tell me in my own parking lot that I wasn't allowed to run a business there, and I was like, "Huh?" She's like, "You can't have a detail business here." And I was like, "Well, first of all, I live here. Number two, I'm detailing my own car." So it's like, what the hell? Like, stay out of your...
And you shouldn't sit on cactuses, but here we are.
Okay.
Have a nice day, Karen.
Right? I'll tell you. Do you have a fun Carter Subaru tip of the week?
I do, actually.
Okay.
It has to do with a video I posted, which got a lot of traction.
Oh, that video. Sorry,
video,
I was like, I thought we only some of us saw that other video. Okay.
So I was driving in North Bend, and I see this cop kind of go through. He turns on his lights real quick and goes to the lights and go through the light in front of me. And I'm like, hey, he's probably on his way somewhere. I didn't think anything of it, and I'm going. The way I had to come in, I had to detour through town and kind of go a weird route that I don't normally go.
That was up by the mall, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I came out that way, and I was headed back to I-90, actually, to go back home, which I don't normally do, but the road was closed to go back the back way to the house. Yeah. And I see the cop pull somebody over, but he is sitting not on the shoulder. The cop was sitting still on the road and out of his car, which the reason he did that was very smart. He knew the guy in front of him was going to run.
Oh.
And so this blocked, the guy pulled over to the shoulder, but he didn't. The cop didn't because he knew he was going to run.
Doesn't that give the guy an open lane, though, to run into?
Yeah, but not in a car to run into.
For safety, okay.
Yeah, so he's being protective of the public because then when that guy shot out, if he was in a hurry, panicked, stupid, he could have hit a car.
He was all of the above.
He was all of the above, yeah. Well, sure enough, this guy ran. And thanks to certain laws, and some good, some bad, plenty of debate about this, they ended up having to let him go because you can't do a high-speed chase on the highway. Chances are encouraging that chase that person will probably hit somebody. They're probably not a very good driver. Looking at the clapped out piece of crap, methed out Civic this guy was driving, he probably was already high.
So you're saying people don't really get away. They're allowed to get away.
They're allowed to
safety.
get away.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's no way that thing was going to pull away from a 400 horsepower Explorer. All of its 120 horsepower clapped out, you know, thing. That thing was going to die, but he was probably going to hit somebody if they'd kept chasing him.
Sure.
It would have put the public in danger. But the first thing I did, of course, is I went to the Snoqualmie PD website and I uploaded my dash cam footage, which I had in 2K, 60 frames per second. So I had really great footage of this thing and exactly what happened.
It looked good on TikTok.
It did.
It did.
Right?
The background music you chose was perfect.
Yeah.
Well timed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It took some work. But it was funny because shortly after I posted the video, a ton of people in North Bend they had reported that car prowling houses. They're basically trying to break into houses. And luckily, which is like 10 in the morning, middle of the day, in a heavily armed area.
I was going to say that's the last place I would do that in North Bend.
Criminals are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like,
yeah, because around here, that's a great way to get shot in the face.
Eat lead. Yeah. I tell you,
Yeah.
buckshot. Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, I had really great dash cam footage, and one of the reasons everybody was like, man, your video is so good. Like, we got to get this dash cam. And I think everybody was expecting me to have like some $500-$600 amazing dash cam because I'm a total gadget geek and I will not skimp on certain things. But in the dash cam world, you don't always get what you pay for. And I have, it's a Viofo A119 V3. And this is thanks to our friends at Vortex Radar, Ariel over there. He's actually an Avance member as well. This is one of his recommendations. And
I thank him for it because it's in the Rover too.
Yeah, it's a great dash cam. So they have the A129, which is pretty good still. But the reason I went with this one in particular is the 60 frames per second. And even though it's not 4K, it has a really wide lens at 2K. And in most accidents, you're not looking for the tiniest detail. If somebody like backed into me in the front of the truck, I would be able to read their license plate. It would be good enough for that. But it would also say what happened. But most of the time, what a dash cam really comes in handy for, and mine does have a parking mode, is when something happens really quick. But it's usually pretty clear. Somebody cuts you off, runs a red light. You're going to see that even on a 1980s webcam, a 90s webcam that's 640 by 480. You're going to be able to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
But it's only $100 for the record. That was the easiest thing. But one of the big reasons I wanted to clue on why this thing was so clear is because of how I mounted it. It wasn't just the webcam. It was where it was mounted. If you install a dash cam, it's really tempting to put it in a place that's kind of out of the way or inconvenient. Mine is directly next to my rear view mirror, but it's below the tint line on my windshield, and it's in the wiper line. So even on a rainy day, the windshield was perfectly clear and perfectly clean every single time, and that thing had a perfect view of the road every single time. I've seen a lot of people mount them too high, and they get in the weird tint band, and that will distort the lens a lot. Like, because the camera's constantly trying to compensate for light. Because most of them, even the cheap ones, have HDR built in. It can't do that very well when it's trying to go through tint at a half angle.
I remember trying to put it in and having this conversation with you because I was like, I'm just going to shove it in this corner where you don't see it. And you're like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, and the hardwire kits are, like I said, it was like $10. It's pretty easy to do yourself. Best thing.
I had it put in the Rover because not a
Rover.
I did not want to mess with that wiring. Yeah,
for most cars, especially like a massive truck, it's pretty easy to do. Although, oddly enough, the Ford fuse panel covers are really tight, so when you use the add-a-fuse, they don't fit very well. You actually have to find a very specific one to put in there. But that said, just make sure you mount it so it's not pointed through your tint, and make sure it's in the line of the wipers so that as the windshield gets cleaned, it can still see out. Otherwise, you're just going to see raindrops. It won't be able to focus on anything. It's an easy mistake to make.
Defeats the purpose of having it.
Yeah. Again, we don't get any kickback from Viofo. I do think you should order it through Vortex Radar, though. Use his links. Give Ariel some credit. He's done a ton of research. His channel on radar detectors especially, but also dash cams, is probably the most extensive reviews I've seen. And he's local. I think he actually lives up toward Bothell based off of his videos. But anyway.
We have to start. I don't know if it's out yet. We're going to start seeing that combined of a radar detector /
They do have those, actually. Yeah, Escort makes one. A couple other companies make one. They're pretty good.
Minus the fact that the dash cam footage might have your speed on it.
Well, mine does as well, actually. Mine does have GPS built in. I will say if you need a backwards-facing dash cam, which is probably a better thing to do, backwards ones that you can see if in case you get rear-ended and you want evidence. This is a pretty nice thing to have. But there's only really one I recommend. He came to the same conclusion I did. I was pretty proud of myself for actually finding this one and then going to a site and be like, oh yeah, there it is.
Hey, I did it right.
So I think it's a Thinkware. I think it's called the U1000. Is one of the only good forward and backwards facing dash cams, and that is because it can still record at 60 frames per second on the front camera. It's still only at 2K, not at 4K. A 4K 60 frames per second dash cam is pretty hard to find, and the ones that are out there, typically the video on them, if you look at them side by side, this is one of those Spec Wars things where it's like, remember when they had like your camera with like 50 megapixels, which now is pretty normal, but when it first came out, it would be like, but yeah, the photo still looks like trash. It's not all about the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of 2K dash cams record better image quality than 4K, just less pixels.
And do your research, even though if you're getting the right thing, make sure that you're being given enough line to get the camera to the back, everything like that. So,
yep,
I've run into that problem before.
But yeah, I did mine with my hardwire kit. It was, I think, even with the memory card, I think I was only into the whole setup for $130.
Yeah,
and it installed really easily. Maybe,
it's easy. Yeah, on the Raptor, like you said, but you had that right height of fuse or whatever. Out of fuse. So,
the hardest part was doing the out of fuse. Yep. Like actually running the line. There was so much room in that truck to mount things. It was like I even used like next to the mirror. There's like these little dot tint things. I used that to line up and level the camera because those are level on the windshield. Yeah. So and it even came. It's a cheap camera, but all these come with replacement foam. Because if I had my windshield replaced, remember?
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, and so luckily I just threw that in the glove box because I was like, I'm going to need it one day. Sure enough, the way I go through windshields, I was like, I'm going to need it pretty quick.
Yeah, just stop doing that, though.
Yeah. But yeah, those are a quick Carter Subaru tip of the week, a simple Carter Subaru tip of the week, but it's just one of the things, unless you've done it before, you've probably overlooked. I'll just put it where it's out of the way. Well.
And if you if you're having a bad day, go on YouTube and type in fake car crashes, and you'll watch people that throw themselves on the hood of people's cars, and why you have a dash cam. Yeah. Usually in Asian countries for some reason. I don't know.
I noticed that actually.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it seems to be like Singapore, Hong Kong.
Yep.
Yeah, almost all those cameras come from there.
I will say some of them are really, they go out of their way. Like some of them just fall on the hood, but some of them actually throw themselves on the front of the car.
Yeah, they'll jump over the hood, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wonder why that is over in that area. I wonder what the scam is over there.
It's an insurance scam, I'm assuming.
Or it is.
Give me the money and I'll go away. And that's probably why everybody has dash cams and even the cars.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Russian dash cam videos, man. You want crazy accidents and you want to go down a YouTube rabbit hole, look up Russian dash cam videos.
It's the only ones you'd be like, hey, the guy next to you has a bear. No, that's his wife. Oh, no, it's a bear.
That guy was cut off by a tank.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Is that a missile going down the road?
Maybe,
yes, it is.
Maybe. Stark Industries on it, yeah.
Right.
There you go. All right. Let's take our first break, and we'll come back right after this.
Grandpa, what do you call this thing again?
It's a 66 Ford Bronco.
I think you got ripped off.
Why is that, honey?
It's got no Wi-Fi, no USB port, no Bluetooth.
Exactly. I guess we'll just have to talk.
Sometimes the best way to connect is to disconnect.
Is that the window button?
It's called a window crank.
Cool. The faster I move it, the faster it goes down.
This moment of escape was created by Haggerty.
Being old is kind of cool, Grandpa.
Works for me.
For people who love cars.
And we're back. We're talking about racing F1 in Moab.
Let's do it. I mean, come on. Red Bull take their cars anywhere. I mean, there's got to be dirt tires for those, right? I mean,
Schaefer Trail, all around Canyonlands, Formula One.
I'm surprised. I mean, they've done everything. So the reason we're talking about this is Dan and I are decided, for his birthday, he's going away, and actually, for my birthday, Sarah's taking me down to Austin for F1, and I am really excited.
That's going to be terrible.
It's going to be absolutely terrible. It's my first ever F1 race. As I've talked about on the show, I've gotten much more into F1. I've always thought it was a great sport, but Sarah's gotten me more and more into it, and it's a fun. I enjoy sitting down and watching it on Sundays. Like, it's fun. Trying to avoid seeing anything on social media until you watch it is tough. But I'm really excited. I mean, if you're not following everything, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen. Max just took the championship this week. We don't know who's winning, but it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of get down there. I've never been to Austin. I think Carl's going to be down there, and hopefully maybe run into our old friend Adam Robertson, who's working down there. But yeah. I mean, have you been to Austin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good food, annoying hipsters.
Well, that could be said of a lot of places, but yeah.
It's true about Austin, though.
Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah, we'll see. Actually, the hardest thing, Sarah and I have been trying to figure out is what is as far as restrictions and stuff like that, like what you do, what they're going to be doing, because they just had MotoGP down there.
Yeah.
And before you could go into the MotoGP event, everybody had to take a COVID test in the parking lot. Like it was, one
of the instant ones.
Yeah, but that's at least they know that. But Sarah's been trying to do a ton of research on that, and it's tough to find, which is surprising because I thought it would be giving better information. But I'm looking forward to going Austin. I'm definitely looking forward to going to Circuits of America because I've never seen it, and I could probably drive with my eyes closed after being on Forza and things like that. But other than so.
No, I do. It's really pretty down there. I haven't been to the track. I've been to Austin quite a few times, just passing through.
Yeah,
it is a nice area though.
Yeah,
good coffee shops too. Comment
if you're going to be there on the video.
Find us.
Come down and find us. We're going to be at the track all day, all 3 days. Sarah's going to have her Billy Joel shirt on for the concert. She's going to be right up front, singing Piano Man. We all know that'll be her. But yeah.
Yes, but can you sing along to "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
Yeah, she's got electric boot. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
The rabbit literally just tried getting in the case again. He's like, I'm going to live here now. It's soft.
If you don't know, that's the case we carry our
podcasting equipment. I left the lid open, and he's like trying to live in there.
Yeah.
It's
amazing how 4 grown adults can be fully amused by one rabbit on the floor.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you're headed to Moab.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say though, if you haven't though, she'll remember this. I don't know if you will.
Okay.
Wikipedia. We didn't start the fire.
Oh yeah. I wrote an article on it.
It's probably the best Wikipedia page on the internet.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's just look it up. Trust me, folks. Even if you're too young to even know the song, look it up.
I wrote a paper on it when I was in like junior high or high school, and I remember having to play it like 8,000 times.
Yep.
Which I don't know, which I should have just opened up the damn CD and pulled out the cover and wrote down the lyrics. But yeah,
I had the tape and it didn't have the lyrics.
Oh.
And so I had to listen to it, and then I grabbed an encyclopedia thinking this will be fun.
No, it is not.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it's a life lesson.
If you want to write like a 500-page college essay, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like it basically goes through.
It's not subtle either.
No, it's really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, there's my Billy Joel.
Yeah, we're seeing Billy Joel and 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots.
I keep thinking it's the other band. I forgot. Stone Temple Pilots.
Sarah was a little difficult.
Sarah was I know. Sarah was playing some music. I was like, I don't know this. I'm like, oh, this is not who I thought it was. So, yeah,
that would be awesome. But
yeah, unlikely. Yes, unlikely. So, yeah, and you're heading to Moab like the next day after I leave, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
I will be in Moab. I have already mapped out just about every trail I want to do.
Okay.
And because I'm not going with anybody else as far as a vehicle, so I'm going to go to probably mostly the easy stuff. I might try some of the moderate stuff, but my sliders for the Raptor are, well, right now they're probably 14 weeks out instead of 16 weeks out.
They're still in a mountainside as raw ore at the moment.
Pretty much,
okay,
yeah. Thanks to material shortages, it's a huge backlog for those. So I'm just going to go do some light exploring, but I do have, in Moab, light exploring could still last you almost a month.
Yeah.
Like if you have a Jeep, you'll be set. Like there's a lot more options if you have a short wheelbase vehicle, but yeah, I'm going to do, this is my first off-roading excursion on my own in Moab. I've been there so many times, I've never been able to go off-road.
Yeah.
So I've got Schaefer Trail.
Don't worry, Shauna will tell you how to do it. She's better at it than you. It's fine.
Totally.
So it's like, it's like, go this way.
I can give her a reflective vest and she's going to be my spotter.
Oh, yeah. I can see her doing that a lot. I didn't say you didn't used to work construction.
Give her a flag.
The idea of you out there being like, no, you get out of the truck. I'll drive it.
That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually, I was going to say this for the Carter Subaru tip of the week, but when you're off, it's too short. When you're off-roading, your spotter is the driver.
Yep.
Remember that, spotters. If you are a spotter off-road, you are the driver, which means you are your driver needs to understand that as well, but you need to have that kind of relationship with your spotter. The spotter is the driver. You are reacting. You are not, like when you're driving and you have a spotter, you are doing what they say regardless because they can see where your wheels are. You can't.
Spotter's the driver. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
That's right.
Okay, got it. Okay. I'm dating myself by saying that. That's okay. But you're planning, you how many days are you guys going to be down there?
9 days, I think.
9 days. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And that's including driving down and back, or you're going to be in
one day there, one day back, though.
Oh, that's right.
Just 16
that can be
hours.
done.
So, yeah. If you have multiple drivers, then take a nap, call it good.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a lot of fun. I think it'll be interesting to kind of hear what's going on down there as far as. I mean, I would assume that coming into winter that it's sort of a dead season. Like, no? Okay.
So they're in the middle of a cold snap as we are. It's
the desert.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's outrageously cold there for what it is normally. I was looking forward to driving over LaSalle and going into Colorado National Monument. It snowed a lot in LaSalle, and it was 34 degrees today, or it was high of 39 degrees in Moab today.
Is this a road that will be closed if there's too much snow kind of thing?
Well, that's the thing. Is Moab? It's not really ever closed.
Well, no, but I'm saying that the road from LaSalle.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like it's open. You've got you have Jeeps that'll go down there on 44-inch tires all the time, and so they can go do that stuff. And they have it's an off-road town, so grab a snowmobile, knock yourself out. But yeah, it won't be passable for me in a stock Raptor.
Okay, that's okay.
So I'm gonna go check it out. Who knows though? Like you said, it's the desert. The weather could change on a dime.
Yeah.
I'm super looking forward to other things down there, though. There's tons of hiking to do, which I don't mind when it's cold and dry and hiking. That's fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
And I've done I think I have done all the day hikes in Moab before. So, but I'm looking forward to doing them again. Like, it's so beautiful down there.
Just watch out for all those people that don't know how to drive, that go down and rent side-by-sides and Jeeps and decide they're going to drive next to you and totally know what they're doing.
They are cutting back on that, actually. They're now actually limiting the number of rental side-by-sides because there are too many people.
Well, that and I don't think they can get side-by-sides. I mean, you go online and look at some of the ones that have been wrecked, and people, and you're going, what is wrong with you? Like,
yeah. A lot of them, I actually know a couple people via Instagram and just visits down there that are guides, and they were saying how they've stopped doing a lot of rentals, just not because of the wrecking or things like that. That does happen a lot, but they just have too many people and they're overrunning the town.
Yeah.
Like everything is rented all day, every day, off season, on season. There's not really an off season because of COVID. People are like,
great if you're the rental guy, but
yeah, but even them, there is a nice
until somebody wrecks
town,
it, and then you don't have it. You don't have it the next day to rent to the next.
Yeah,
guy.
and you can't get parts.
So wow, okay, that'll be interesting. We got to do a trip down there sometime. I think that would be kind of fun to go down. I don't know if I'd want to do winter, or summer, but
no, definitely not.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't even want to go to Moab between June and September. Just too hot.
It'd be fun to go, but it's too many people, as you said. So
too hot. Actually, it's slower than.
Oh, the heat doesn't bother you and I. You and I love the heat. So and everybody around us will attest to that we love the heat. The ladies are sitting here nodding their heads and grinning. Absolutely, they totally agree. Yeah. Like Dan, I think Dan, the place he was the most comfortable in the world was Thailand.
Bangkok specifically.
Bangkok, yeah. He was you were just chill and just. It's the way Shauna tells the story, sort of. But, yeah.
I do not do well in humidity.
I don't either.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, we should though. I'm going to bring the drone. I'm going to post some footage. I'm going to talk to a few people down there to interview. Actually, I've already made a few little reach outs there. So, they have the best cronut I've ever had. So I'm looking forward to that.
The best what?
Cronut.
Cronut.
Donut.
I think you said Corona, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you can get those at any store, but okay, yes. Actually, I was like, Dan's really into his imported Mexican beer. Ironically, it's in America. So
if I buy it there, it's only 3%.
That's true. That's true.
Just Utah things.
Yeah. Oh, God, I forgot about that. Oh, that sucks. You got to take your own booze. Yeah.
I don't take that much anymore anyway, but it is weird.
Well, no, I just meant take your own Rainier and things like that.
Yeah. But shout out to Bird Donuts. I'm excited to get down there and have my donut in Moab Garage Co. Same others.
How our lives are so dictated by the donut places now.
It's true.
Now that we're older. I mean, if it's not, here at North Bend.
How would you want to live in North Bend? North Bend Bakery.
North Bend Bakery. I mean, that's funny. That's been kept a pretty good secret because there are times I will talk to people and people are like, how do you know about that? Like, no, that's a local thing. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, now there's a line out the door every day and they sell out by 10.
It's getting out, but yeah, it's still. I was talking to Peter about that actually, so.
Yeah, people come to me, they're like, dude, you weren't kidding. That chocolate donut bar is amazing.
It is. It's like it melts in your mouth.
It's the best chocolate donut bar I've had, period.
I mean, I like their maple bar, but chocolate donut bars. If you want to know supercars, Rain City Supercars. If you want to know donuts, Rain City Supercars.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we'll tell you what to eat, where to eat, and then how to clean your car after there's sticky on your steering wheel.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yes. Grillo's interior cleaner.
Absolutely. Oh, I used a bunch of that.
I used a
bunch of that. Yeah. So I mean, I'm almost to the point with my Subaru. I'm like, Grillo's is maybe too nice to be using inside of my car. Yeah. Dan and I were talking. We're going to try to do a couple of snow expeditions this year. We're going to kind of put up a couple things. We actually have some new toys we really want to try out for some, not camping, but doing like a day kind of thing and stopping and be kind of fun. But
I wasn't kidding what I said about it on the episode. I've been waiting for it to not clear up, to get worse, because I want to do some hidden giveaways, because that scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
besides hitting the deer at the end of the night was really fun.
Yeah,
but the scavenger hunt was cool.
That was a cheap night for you. So yeah. And I still can't find a bumper, apparently, speaking of that.
Wow, really?
Oh, no, yeah. Apparently there's an Alpha sitting in front of our car that hasn't had a bumper in a month and a half because of shortages. So
wow.
Yeah, so I don't know when I will see the car, but that's, yeah. But we're in great hands at Queen City. I'm not worried about it, but an artist is only so good once he can take the product, So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so listeners, pay attention closely to our Instagram. I'm going to drop some hints. I don't think I'm going to be as nice as putting GPS tracks directly to where I hide something. I kind of want to just put obscure pictures. There's enough people around here, especially in Avance Off-Road, that know the areas that if I put even a vague photo up, people will get the idea.
This is Nick. Nick is naked. Find naked Nick.
This is the worst game of Where's Waldo ever.
I don't want to play this anymore. What was bad? Well, when I found it, he was still there and he was still naked. He looked really cold.
Just be Nick holding a case.
Come open the case. Maybe it's a bunny rabbit.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Yeah. No, yeah, we're gonna get some more merch, and we're gonna do some merch drops. And I think we don't want to be evil, but I mean, we've got some ideas and some places to hide that are gonna be good. So
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna hit up Harbor Freight for the the fancy cases, so I can get it like really buried in some ice and snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just thought we could like bury them in like Boryog's garage, and then people can figure out a way to get in there. It'd be fine. It's just so easy that way. So yeah. That'll teach him.
Hey, Gara Vila, make us a box.
Right? I tell you. Gara Vila. I love that. I
need to make him a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might.
This old Garov?
Right.
Okay. That could happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy,
but anyway,
so many options. Okay.
Off-road people, I got to make sure I'm not breaking any COVID restrictions. I'm serious about that. I want to be conscious of that for our show's sake. But it'd be fun to go out somewhere, grill some Costco dogs, hang out, have some people just come up and meet us. We'll just hang out in the snow for a day. I don't think that's against COVID. We're not selling them. Yeah, we're not selling them.
And we're going out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If you drive all the way out to us and you end up with COVID, that's a pretty good story. We didn't give it to you, but I'm just saying. So, exactly. Come out to the middle of nowhere. Never mind. Never mind. Eat our hot dogs.
That is a good segue. Speaking of winter.
Stop laughing. I did my best. I knew what I was going to say.
Speaking of winter, we are going to have roads closing pretty quick. Highway 20, you've only got about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks left before that closes. Yeah. Somebody I follow on Instagram, actually, I saw a bunch of photos. A couple people went over that drive up there, and it started snowing on them.
Cool.
Up on Highway 20 already. The road to Rainier. What's that lake up there? I can remember the name of the lake. That's got snow all over it now, too.
Yeah. I wish they would keep Highway 2 open. I know 20, it would be. 20, because I think that would be so cool in the winter.
Yeah,
like it would be. I mean,
if there was I'm sure if there was enough commercial traffic to justify it, they'd
would do it. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I mean, things are gonna start closing. I mean, I saw Stevens got a big dumping this weekend.
Yep,
which would stick. It's nice. I just wish. I know I say this, but I wish it would snow down here. I like it when it snows down here.
Yeah, give it a little while.
Yeah, you'll get snow. Yeah. Us, people that live in the city.
If only you had a way to come visit.
I know, right? Exactly. I can't
get my the beauty of all-wheel drive.
I can't get my car dirty. What are you kidding me? Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Stampede will be closed middle of November. So off-roaders, get your fix.
Yeah, when we get back, we got to go do one more Stampede run. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or we need to wait for it to snow and just take the monkeys.
It's already snowing up there.
Well, then let's just take the monkeys.
There's snow on Stampede already. If you go to Stampede Pass right now, you'll be in snow. So,
I just winterized the monkey.
Oh yeah,
I hadn't done that to a bike. Like it's simple as far as, but took the battery out, did the fuel saver, got everything. But I was like, I learned a lot. Thank you, YouTube.
Yep.
We'll talk. Actually,
put your battery on a battery tender.
Yep. Be tender with your battery.
Be tender with your battery.
Yeah.
That's been a previous Carter Subaru tip of the week.
Yeah, but I think we are going to talk a little bit. Everybody was asking us questions about that. We're going to talk more about motorcycles and stuff next year, especially we're going to do another monkey run. But we're going to, we're both back into kind of motorcycles now. And
Yep,
exactly.
Some
are more obsessed than others. Me.
I try and escape, but I always come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Idaho Backcountry Discovery Route. We've talked about that before. That is the longest backcountry discovery route. The first few days, if you're going north to south, or excuse me, south to north.
We're going south to north?
It depends which way you go. That's the longest one, but the first couple of days, either way you go, are kind of boring on that route.
Yeah.
But once you get...
We're not boring, though. We have fun.
Yeah.
That stuff that Gary was talking about, the 5 tunnels, though,
yeah,
that looks like it'd be really fun.
Yep.
Outside of Wallace, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting the full trip this year. I have a feeling that by the people we know, we're going to have so many support vehicles this year that it's not going to be a problem. But, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Brian. Did you see he cut his fenders?
Yes, I did.
After your birthday.
To be fair, he came and had a few beers and then went and cut his fenders off.
He was not driving.
They're unrelated.
Yeah,
he wasn't driving, but I'm just saying unrelated. I didn't cause him to do that. But well, he cut his fenders because he pushed his steps into the body of the truck.
Yeah.
So good job.
Yeah, I like that he's using it. He always does, though.
I knew he would. And I knew he would go wild after he got his own truck. So
yeah,
I looked at that truck. I mean, and my salesman just wasn't reliable. No. And then he went and bought it out from underneath me. Yeah. To be fair, he asked me first. So
yeah, he did. That was actually really nice of him.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm not insulting him in any way.
Oh, I know.
I have a lot better ways to insult him. So yeah, exactly.
He stopped doing his hair weird, though.
No, I do.
I was a little disappointed.
If you follow him on Facebook, that was one of the best weeks of the stuff, because I would wait for it to pop up and then I would actively go try to find memes, like when he looked like alfalfa or other things. So it was fun to see.
Hey, speaking of Brian, a different Brian, do you follow Brian's Questionable Decisions on Instagram?
No, but it sounds like a wonderful place.
So yeah, Brian's Questionable Decisions is the username.
One word.
Yep.
Okay.
Comes up as Dr. Scientist. Brian took his Ferrari 308, which he bought online. You know about this car. Mm-hmm. There's actually a couple photos of it outside of Salish, I think. So he bought this car in Washington, or he bought it in Bend, Oregon. He drove it back up to Seattle, and then he drove it to Alaska.
Because that's the most reliable, best car you can take to Alaska.
Yeah, with Bosch K-Jetronic fuel injection, with 200 horsepower. And a Ferrari.
Didn't he have skis on it too?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's had a ski rack on it. Seasucker is the name of the brand of those, by the way. People have asked that before. If you need a rack to go on your sports car and it's not available, Seasucker is what you want. It's a suction cup based rack system, but it's like suction cups. That doesn't seem that strong. This is the stuff they use to put massive glass panels in the side of a skyscraper. You could hang from one of these upside down until your arms gave out.
I've only seen them fail once. And that was with a ski box on the back of a Huracan with Daily Driven Exotics, and I think it failed at 160 miles an hour. So
yes,
and I think the box came apart, not the actual Seasuckers.
Yeah, it wasn't the Seasuckers; it was the box on that one. But I got a shout out to him.
I thought there was a picture of him in Montana or someplace.
Oh yeah, he's had this car to Jackson. I mean Montana. He went all the way up, all the way down. He lives over in Pennsylvania, so I think he's driving it home.
Ferrari 308, lightly driven in the snow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the cars that are up there, that seems like the worst possible way to do it. But
I think you have to replace windshields. Try to find a windshield for a Ferrari in the middle of Alaska. That'd be fun.
This was not like a smooth trip. He didn't have a support vehicle. I mean, it was it had so many problems.
Yeah, that's not exactly. And the heating system in that car is not that good. Like if it breaks down, so. That's ambitious, but also, wow.
He had a throttle cable go out, so he wedged it open with a screwdriver to keep it above idle and basically, started it by dropping the clutch every time for a while. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay. Just put a string through the back window and just pull it when you want to accelerate? Okay.
Snap throttle cable on there. I mean, and then
wow.
I really would love to hear about the underside of the car, because early Ferraris were...
They love salted roads.
Yes,
everybody
love
knows
ice
that,
and they don't rust at all.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, Italian
super reliable.
Metal, absolutely, that just loves it. What little of his A arms are left, but yeah, cool. So I know I've seen photos of it. Was it in the Avance magazine or something? There was a Ferrari in that magazine.
I think it was in the Denver edition.
The Denver edition. Okay,
yeah, because he stopped by there.
Wow.
Anyway, it's worth a follow. I hope to see somebody take some inspiration from that. My goal was always to do it in a sports car, but I was like, not that. I was thinking like all-wheel drive, my GTR, the Turbo S, something like that. I would still love to do it in a Carrera 4S. That's really the perfect car for it because Porsches do great in the cold. They're fine with it.
Speaking of Porsches and then have been around the world, you see that there's a certain sports car that's been around the world that's going to be leaving. The wrap has come off.
I saw that.
You know, our friends at Gorilla Mad who did the wrap for
John and Paul Warren.
Drivers
Club members.
They're taking the wrap off and selling the car. Boy, that car's got some cool history.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see what they do next. Those two were great for an adventure. Great drivers, great adventures. They're good.
And I can't wait to see what Gorilla Mad can do with it. So. Yeah. I actually got something in the works with him as it is, so a little something RCS. So we'll see.
Ooh,
yeah,
excited.
Well, I have that new toy. I need something.
I was wondering if it's a Sierra 450.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we're talking, so something us. So, but yeah, and then obviously this weekend, let's talk about what's going on. We've got the Avance Off-Road event coming up on the 16th. We don't have Nick holding his phone, so he doesn't know what else is coming up.
Well, that's the main one. Just focus on that for now.
Yeah, let's focus on that for now. Yeah, focus on the present. The future will happen.
Actually, that's all that's on the calendar right now.
Yeah.
That is the last event of the month right now.
Yeah,
and the 16th.
And I think, did they schedule? They scheduled another off-road event for November. I thought that
there is.
Been announced,
this is just all. There's an Avance at Dirtfish Rally School. That is on the 4th, and Seattle International Auto Show is coming back up the 11th.
I'm gonna be honest.
We should be. Yeah, I say we should be more excited about that. But I've got to admit, like, I am so spoiled by the cars we see all the time between Exotics, Avance, Drivers Club.
I'm interested to see, as I see like the smaller brands, like the Hyundai, not smaller, Hyundai and Kia and stuff like that, and I see how they're on the road and they're looking, and I do like to see the stuff that they're changing, and I think it used to be fun to go to the auto show and sit in a car that with a new interior and things like that. Like when the Mercedes S-Class came out and they changed the whole interior, that was a lot of fun to go see. But
yeah, they were like the first ones that went all digital.
I'm not saying it's not fun to go to the auto show, but it's like unless you're seriously shopping for a car, it just doesn't have the appeal. Yeah.
I've seen a few new Broncos on the road. Somebody in Avance got a two-door one.
A ton of them on the road, and it's like. It's killing me, but I mean, obviously all soft tops, but yeah,
that is true. You know what I'm curious about? I'm surprised, and I know they will eventually, but the Koreans haven't entered the market with a truck yet, and they have SUVs, but they do not have a truck.
Well, that's a good point. Well, no, yeah, they've got Hyundai's got that Santa Fe that's a truck.
I mean, like a real truck.
I know, but I'm grasping at straws here.
It's true.
So, I mean, but that's somewhat that's sort of like the Avalanche or things like that. But.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to hit the half-ton class.
I don't know. I mean, that's tough to have that much reliability in that class because that's going to be a car that's going to be beat on more than anything. So,
yeah.
You got a chance to see the new 2022 Raptor, right? Or the 2022?
22. They've been out for a little while, but Drivers Club, of course.
How was that?
It's great. Exterior styling is still growing on me. The 37 package looks great on it, but the 35 package, I don't dislike it at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that.
The tire size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't dislike it at all. Don't take it that way. I was kind of hoping for more of a change still.
Yeah. Okay.
And everybody complains about the rigids. First thing, rigid lights on those things are trash. The ones that are built,
really?
You can get the rigid lights as an option on that car, and
they're low end rigid. Because rigid's not bad.
No, rigid's good stuff, but they're low end. They're not very bright, and nobody's impressed. So I hate it when manufacturers do that. They contract out somebody, and then they get some like light nobody wants anyway.
I've had some dates I've described that way.
Right?
They're low. They're dim.
Catfish.
Catfish. Yeah, exactly. Your name's not Steve. So yeah,
he's gonna be offended.
It's okay. Yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
At least he doesn't drive a PT Cruiser.
I do love the interior, though. The interior is nice to upgrade. It's
nice.
Still.
You like it better than your interior?
Oh, yeah, by a lot.
But that has an actual like center console, right?
Yeah. Well, both trucks have a center console, but this one has the fold down shifter.
Oh, yeah. But the shifter's on the console. It's not like yours.
Mine's on the console.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't been in your truck in a while.
Yeah, I don't have a column shifter.
Yeah, okay. All right. Never mind.
It doesn't have a knob on the
dash.
Take
that back. I didn't think it was a knob. That's Dodge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I knew that. So, well, with just a little bit of a shorter episode today. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No. If anybody has any recommendations for things to do in Moab that I might not know about, I love it when people I go to places a lot, but there's always somebody who knows something I don't, and I love finding that stuff. So please,
we always say that Dan
me.
goes to places a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, or if Austin, if you got places to eat for Nick to go to, but yeah. If you got friends in Moab, if you're going to be there at the same time I am, actually, I think quite a few people will be there at the same time I am from looking at a bounce off road. I think there's a whole convoy going down there.
That'd be good.
Just happens to be the same time. But hey, yeah, maybe I could do some tougher trails if I can have another vehicle with me.
I told you you'd be famous. This is it. They're going to follow you to Moab.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would give away some swag to somebody who found me in Moab.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'll bring something with me. I always have stickers in the truck, by the way. If anybody finds me, I've kind of refrained from selling stuff. It's more fun to give it out to people who actually find us and track us down. Like, it feels a little more special.
Yeah. We don't have stickers while we're in the bathroom. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Like, I'm not giving you stickers.
Stop banging on the door so hard.
Exactly.
It's
Stop tapping your foot like I'm going to give you a sticker. So, yeah.
I don't think that's what they're
I'm
there
not
for.
a senator. So, yeah, exactly. So. All right. Well, before I say anything else inappropriate for this week's episode of Rain City Supercars, I'm Nick.
I'm Dan, and don't just get there. Enjoy the drive.